Hello, you're watching Football Daily, and it's that time of week again when we discuss the biggest bits of transfer gossip. With deadline day tomorrow, we'll be covering the latest rumours from around Europe. If you hear any transfer rumours yourself, remember to tweet them in. So make sure you're following us on Twitter and tweet me with the hashtag TransferTalk to @ZachJellab. And as ever guys, if you enjoy the content we're making, make sure you like the video and subscribe to keep updated. We start the week in North London, where despite being told there is no money to spend, Unai Emery's Arsenal are linked with a host of players ahead of the transfer window closing tomorrow night. First up is Barcelona's Brazilian misfit, Malcom, who has also been linked with big rivals Spurs. And the Blaugrana are happy to see the back of the 21-year-old attacker they bought for €41 million just 6 months ago. There is, however, one condition. The deal must have an obligation to buy if it's not permanent this window. Considering Barcelona's steep expenditure recently, they are expected to set a price in excess of what they paid for him. Malcom has already turned down a move to China this month and still wants to prove he has what it takes to play at the highest level in Europe. Maybe he's regretting the decision to choose Barca over Roma last summer. And of course, the Gunners' defensive situation is very well documented. With a season-ending injury for Bellerin, Holding, Socrates and Koscielny have also all been out for a period of time, it has forced Emery into strengthening his back line. Not content with Lichtsteiner or Carl Jenkinson at right back, the Spaniard has had his eyes on Napoli fullback Kevin Malcom. The Frenchman joined Ancelotti's side from Lille in the summer, but hasn't earned himself a consistent starting place, and Napoli are willing to let the 27-year-old move on. As for the centre-back problem, with the only fit one being with Staffy, Arsenal are looking to beat Crystal Palace and Fulham to the signing of Chelsea's outcast, Gary Cahill. Out of contract this summer, the 33-year-old has only played 21 Premier League minutes and is available for a cut-price fee. To Bavaria next, where the future of two of their biggest names remain uncertain. Colombian international James Rodriguez has stated his desire to leave the Allianz Arena as soon as possible. The 27-year-old has seemingly been frozen out of Niko Kovac's plans, having made just 5 starts all season. Again, it's Arsenal who've been linked with James, but a deal does not seem likely, as he looks set to stay in Munich until his loan from Madrid is up this summer. Meanwhile, one of their most iconic players over the last decade has already confirmed he will be leaving at the end of the season. ROBBEN, now 35, is currently unsure of his next move, but the surprise frontrunners are J-League side FC Tokyo. With the likes of Andres Iniesta, Lucas Podolski, David Villa and Fernando Torres already plying their trade in the land of the rising sun, the nation is becoming an ever more enticing option for players in the twilights of their career. Perhaps the J-League's left-backs need to start preparing for his arrival sooner rather than later. Just before we move on to our next transfer story, make sure you guys head over to FDFC and check out the latest squad goals. It's the second episode of a brand new series where we play FIFA Pro Clubs to show you guys how good we are at the game. You'll be able to see your favourite FD faces and Milad, and at 25,000 subscribers, we'll be playing you guys at Pro Clubs. So head over there, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment on the latest video and I'll try my best to respond. On to Merseyside now and Everton, where Marco Silva is just about clinging on to Idrissa Gueye. The Senegalese international has handed in a transfer request after the Toffees rejected a £21.5 million bid from PSG. Signed for little over £7 million in 2016 from Aston Villa, Gueye has become one of Everton's most integral players, and they insist he is not for sale. But with so little time left in the window, you can bet PSG will come back with an increased offer to test their resolve. But it isn't just the league and giants reportedly in for Gueye. Arsenal and Manchester City have also expressed an interest in the 29-year-old. City are in the process of looking for a replacement for the now 33-year-old Fernandinho. However, we're not too sure why the Gunners need him, with the likes of Guendouzi and Torreira already in their ranks. Moving on to potential signings, and the Goodison Park club are reportedly interested in Rennes winger Ismail Assar. The 20-year-old, who has 5 goals and 3 assists for the mid-table side, was signed from Metz for close to €20 million 2 seasons ago, and could command a fee almost double that should the Premier League team come sniffing. And considering they sent scouts to watch Rennes' 4-1 defeat to PSG on Sunday, the chances are they will. And just along the M62, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is making his first big personnel decisions as Manchester United manager. Juan Mata's contract expires at the end of the season, and European giants Barcelona and Juventus are monitoring the situation. Of course, both of these sides have already made high-profile midfield signings in Frankie de Jong and Aaron Ramsey respectively, but they still remain keen on the Spanish World Cup winner. Now, the Red Devils have offered Mata £140,000 a week to keep him at Old Trafford, but only on a 12-month deal. However, the 30-year-old wants to sign a longer contract. There's also reported interest from the MLS and the Far East, but Juan wants to stay put in Europe. In East London, things have somewhat simmered down since Marko signed a new deal at the weekend, ending speculation for now that he's on the way out from the London stadium. However, the Hammers are still trying to complete a deal for Celta Vigo striker Maxi Gomez, who has a release clause of about €50 million. The 22-year-old has scored 9 in 17 this season, but the plan would be for the Uruguayan to stay put in Galicia until the end of the season. As a result, he could replace Javier Hernandez, who seemingly wants out of Manuel Pellegrini's squad. Chicharito is below Arnautovic in the pecking order, and has seen his minutes go down further since Andy Carroll's return to fitness. Valencia are the side interested despite his monstrous wage, and are looking to replace Michy Batshuayi, who was sent back to Chelsea following a poor loan spell. And it could be the end of the road for Reece Oxford at West Ham as well. With the 20-year-old on the outside looking in East London, clubs from across the continent have taken an interest, although the team in pole position are Championship side Nottingham Forest. An £8 million fee has also alerted the likes of Eredivisie side Heerenveen and Bundesliga outfit Borussia Mönchengladbach, with whom he made 7 appearances during a loan spell in 2017-18. Moving on, Football Manager wonder kid Youri Tielemans could well be stepping onto a Premier League pitch very soon. Still only 21, Tielemans joined Monaco for £20 million in 2017, but the Monte Carlo side are willing to let him go either on a loan deal or for the same amount of money that he cost them. They currently have 2 suitors, Leicester City and Spurs. Leicester had been close to finalising a loan deal for the Belgian that could see their Portuguese outcast Adrien Silva head in the other direction. However, with Spurs' midfield woes, all that is standing between them and an offer for Tielemans is for once not down to Daniel Levy. He's happy to sanction the deal, but only once Pochettino gives his say-so. Heading to the northeast now, where Newcastle United look to be finally sealing the signature of their top target this window. Atlanta United star Miguel Almiron will cost the Magpies close to £20 million, which will be a new club record fee. The MLS Cup winner, who netted 12 goals last campaign, will hopefully bring the firepower that the two need in their fight to avoid the drop. Rounding up transfer talk is a player you may not have heard of, but could be about to turn out for one of the biggest clubs in world football. Shoya Nakajima currently turns out for Liga NOS mid-table club Portimonense, where he has scored 15 and assisted 18 in just a year and a half. The 24-year-old looks set to move to Qatari side Al Dahail for a ridiculous €35 million, more than triple the current Qatar Stars League record transfer to date. Now, the reason this is big news is that the current Qatari champions are owned by the same people that run PSG, and come the summer, the Japanese international could well make a move to the French capital. Just make of that what you will. From a commercial perspective at least, Les Parisiens are looking set to break into the Far East market with this signing. If it happens, of course. So that's the end of Transfer Talk for this week and the last one during the January transfer window. Make sure you're tuning in tomorrow for our Transfer Deadline Day live stream. And as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.